Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this slightly above average podcast. Today's episode is based on recounting funny stories, great memories, and having a drink whilst doing it. So yeah, here we go. How's it going, boys?
Doing
How's
pretty,
your week been?
doing pretty good. How about you?
Not too bad.
Swell. Doing pretty good, man. Just woke up, pretty tired, but ready to go. Raring.
Already drinking. Already
Already
ready for the
drinking.
podcast.
Fantastic.
Are you drinking, Martin?
Yeah, I got a beer.
Perfect. I
Love to
just,
see it.
I just used my last Coke for my Coke and rums, and I tried to pay off my brother to go buy me some more, but he's not willing to do it. So it looks like I'm just
Works
drinking
fine.
rum and ice.
Yeah, on the rocks. Gotta love it.
All right, but yeah, we're gonna be telling our stories today. What stories did you guys bring? I'm actually curious. I'm gonna do the Great Pumpkin Heist.
Great Pumpkin Heist is a great story. It's a great story. Um, to be honest, bro, I was actually having a hard time recounting like stories that we're all involved in because I want one that we can all, factor into in this podcast or in this episode.
I think that ghost story, even if it's not the funniest thing, that one has a lot of plot points, different side characters. Uh, that one's good.
Ghost story?
Yeah, the ghost story. You never told about how the McDonald's guy came up to you and released you from the curse.
Uh, you want me to tell that story? That she is a fucking nut
That's
story.
a good story. It's not the funniest thing, but it's fucking good.
Yeah,
And we're all involved in that. We all had a role in that.
facts.
Um, I bet they'll just come up eventually.
Facts.
All right, should I start with the Great Pumpkin Heist?
Yeah, Great Pumpkin
for it.
Heist story.
All right. So this is from 2019. We're gonna go all the way back to October 28th, 2019. Me and Jordan Brown Gallagher are sitting in my car, Tina, and we're just smoking weed, doing the usual thing. And we're trying to conjure up an idea. What do we do for Halloween this year? And I remember we didn't want to go to like one of those costume parties. We decided that we wanted to do something ourselves, but we also
Yep.
wanted to spice it up a little bit. We wanted it to be unique. So we're sitting there, stroking our face, wondering what we're gonna do. And I don't remember who came up with it, but we're like, what if we smoke out of a pumpkin on Halloween? And we're like, well, that's a brilliant idea. Let's do exactly that. We did not fucking realize, bro, how hard it would be to get a damn a pumpkin to smoke out of.
Well, it was October 30th.
October 29th is the first day we went looking for a pumpkin. 2 days before
Yeah, it was
Halloween.
October. So it's like, yeah, like there should have been some left, but you also got to take into account like everyone and their mom was buying a pumpkin at this time. We
Yeah.
should have thought ahead.
Should have thought ahead. You were kind of dumb for doing it 3 days in advance. But that's where the magic of the story is found. In the race against time. So I think like the next day we woke up like on the 29th and we went to the grocery stores looking for them. And we went to every single grocery store in Southwest Calgary and we could not find a pumpkin. And I think it was only like
Search high and low.
high and low everywhere in every nook and cranny, but we could not find one.
Mhm.
I think eventually, like my ninth grocery store, the guy at Safeway told me that they're actually sold out across the entire city, and I
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck," because I'm not giving up on this plan. I want to smoke out of a pumpkin very, very badly. So I called you, and we're coming up with another idea. We're like, "Well, how are we gonna do this then?" Um, so we decided, well, if we can't get a pumpkin from the store, the only logical conclusion would be to go to the source of the pumpkins themselves. To go to the pumpkin farm and to rip one out of the ground and take it. And we're both like, well, that's fucking brilliant. That's a brilliant idea. Let's do that. So we got in the car late at night. I think it was like 11 o'clock. We had actually
Yeah.
prepared for a heist. Like we were ready to go and steal this and break into this farm. and we found this pumpkin farm halfway to Okotoks, and we drive out there in the middle of the night, and remember I pull over onto a dirt road and I park my car next to this broken fence, and me and you, and we're not very good thieves, or we weren't that night, because we're walking around with our
I wasn't really,
torches out.
yeah, I wasn't looking at it as like it was a theft as such, because like we just need a pumpkin so bad, but it's like, bro, the farmer who owned that farm had every right to actually blow us down with a fucking 12 gauge shot.
Oh yeah.
Like, he literally was in his right. Yeah, we were trespassing so badly.
If we were in America, that just
actually-
would have been target practice for him.
Yeah.
But
shooting fish in a barrel.
he would have been like looking outside the top of his house, like, yes, targets. You know, he goes grabs his. He's been waiting for this, and now he mows us down. But luckily, we were in Canada, so that didn't happen. We're walking around with our flashlights, and I remember that it was like this pretty long path, straight forward, and then on the left side was the farm, and then you could see like a tarp over the entire field, and we imagine that's where the pumpkins were. You know, we go and we're looking under the tarp, and we cannot fucking find a pumpkin. We're like, where the hell is this thing? And I don't know what was going through our heads, but the farther we got into the farm, the more common sense we just lost. Because we didn't stop at the field. We're like, what if we go check the barn? We walk up to the barn, and there's people inside of it. You know, we saw the car running, and we are literally 5 meters away, shining our flashlights inside of it. And then eventually, like, it hit us. We're like, what the fuck are we doing? We are going to get caught. So we go the other way. And instead of leaving, we decided to just keep looking, but just away from the barn. And I think we, like, went and climbed on... they had, like, this kids parkour thing. And you went and climbed on it for a couple minutes. And then eventually we're just called it. We're like, fuck it. Yeah. We just called it, like, fuck it. We're not finding a pumpkin here. So we drove home all defeated. You know, we went and smoked again, and we went back to the drawing board. And we didn't know how to do this. But I don't know who came up with the idea, but we're like, well, we're going to have to steal a pumpkin from somebody else. That's just the only way this is going to happen. Because if there's no pumpkins at the grocery store, and there's no pumpkins at the pumpkin farm. Also, I don't know why we thought there would be pumpkins at the pumpkin farm, because who's growing pumpkins outside of Halloween?
Supplier,
You know, like that's the
true.
only time pumpkins are being used is Halloween. It's not like they're going to be growing them on the 29th or something afterwards. So that was a big hole in our plan. But we woke up on, I think it was the 30th now, and we go, and I don't think you were with me. I think I went out on a solo adventure to go and steal the pumpkin first time.
You were with my ex-girlfriend at the time.
Oh, I was. I was with her and her friends. And I was driving around, and I remember I went to a neighborhood pretty far away from me because I did not want to get caught doing this. This is such a small thing. I didn't want to get in trouble for it. And we went out, and I said...
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it is embarrassing to get caught stealing a pumpkin. And I remember, like, my way of doing this was I wanted to be like Robin Hood, you know? I wanted to steal from the rich and give to the poor, which are myself. I wasn't just going to go and steal a pumpkin from a family who only had one pumpkin. I was going to go look for a family that had, like, 4 to 6 and take one of those. Because then they're not missing it, you know? And I did just that. I found one house with, I think there were 4 pumpkins on the ground. And I went, and this one was in, like, the soggy grass. And I went and I grabbed it. It was big. It was voluptuous. I was so proud of it. I threw it in the trunk, got in the car, and I drove off. And I was so happy. I'm like, we fucking did it. We got our pumpkin. And I texted you. You were so hyped. And then at that point, now we're just preparing for Halloween night. You know, we're getting our weed. We went and bought like $125 chocolate bar box. We were hyped. And I carried the pumpkin up to JJ to go smoke. And yeah, I picked it up in the soggy grass, right? Yeah, it was completely rotted on the bottom. So we got there and we tried to like get it ready for smoking, and the bottom just collapsed on us.
That was we were doing that outside Sobeys. Remember, we brought all the tools necessary. I brought a screwdriver. I brought like shit to get all. But I remember I was prepared. Like, and we did this all outside Sobeys, like on the bonnet of your car. It was so fucking funny.
Was it Sobeys? I thought that we did it at JJ.
Yeah. Nah, remember we were sitting at the back of Sobeys and like we were scraping it out and shit.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's where we could dump the garbage. We went to and then we also went to the 7-Eleven. I remember, and we sent you inside, and you went and you
Nah,
took the pumpkin.
wait.
Yeah, you have to tell that
Not
part.
even, not even.
What was that
That was
after?
after that. Yeah,
Oh
that was
right.
the other.
Oh, I'm foreshadowing it too much. My fucking bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so we fill out the pumpkin. We went and bought like a stem. We went and bought a bowl. We were ready to smoke. And I think at that point, then we went and parked the car at JJ, and we were gonna smoke there.
Yeah.
And we tried smoking, and the bottom just collapsed on us. And it is now 10 o'clock at night, October 31st. Our pumpkin is destroyed. All hope was lost. But then the moral of this story is if there is a will, there is a fucking way. And let me tell you, people, we had the will to smoke out of this pumpkin. So what we did is we got back in the car. And, it was 10 o'clock at night now on Halloween. Most of the kids are done trick-or-treating. There was no more fucking mercy. We were not going to steal from the rich. We're going for the best damn pumpkin we can find. And we were driving in Bridlewood, and we spot one. And we pull up outside their house. You open up the passenger door. You gun it to their house. Grab the pumpkin. I remember you said that you looked the camera in the eyes while grabbing the pumpkin.
Yeah,
and then
ring
ran
camera.
away.
Ring camera on the front door. It caught me lacking in 4K. There is someone who has a video of me robbing their pumpkin.
That's
I was
hilarious.
honestly, I was expecting to be on fucking CTV News the next morning. I'm not gonna lie.
I think if it was any time
wasn't.
before 10 p.m., like if we went at 6 p.m., it would have been a lot worse. But we did it after Halloween, kind of. So we get in the car, go back, and this one, it wasn't like an empty pumpkin like we had grabbed, or like a fresh one that hadn't been turned into a jack-o'-lantern. This one was carved already. And I remember you turned it around because it was empty one side. You turn it around, and all it is it's this masterpiece done by Connor. That I know his name because he
made a match.
Yeah, he carved his name on the top of it, Connor, and it was like an amazing jack-o'-lantern. It was sick.
Yeah.
And we felt guilt stealing from Connor, so we went to my house, grabbed the duct tape, taped up his name, taped up the holes, and we just faced it the other way, so we didn't have to look at how we stole from this kid. So we felt a little bit better about it. And then
Seriously?
yeah, we did.
Just because you felt bad, you just taped up everything. It's like, oh, it's not so bad
Nah.
anymore.
We had to tape it up also because if we put the water in, it was just gonna flow out of the holes and like the smoke.
Oh, that
would go
makes
out.
sense. Yeah.
So also, it, like being a guilt thing, we also needed to because just for the bomb to work better.
Yeah, it was like more covering up his name was the part where like it was guilt.
Yeah.
So then now we go back up to Sobeys. It's like 11 o'clock, bro. We're so late at this point. And then we send you into 7-Eleven with this pumpkin. And you walk into the bathroom. The looks you must have gotten walking out with a pumpkin full of water out of the gas station.
Bro, I fucking opened the door with this fucking huge pumpkin in my right hand. And just the Indian fella that's standing behind the counter, he just looks at me like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm walking, bro. And the duct tape job wasn't great. Like, I didn't do a great job of duct taping. So when I'm walking, I'm spilling orange water all over the fucking floor. And like this guy's just looking at me. Like, what the fuck? And you can just hear the water hitting the sides of the pumpkin when I'm stepping. Like, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And he's just like, what the fuck is this guy up to? It was the funniest shit, bro. No words exchanged at all.
Those people at those gas stations must see some crazy shit from people. But I think that seeing you walk out with that pumpkin full of water, it must crack the top 10 list, or at least the honorable mentions, minimum.
Honorable, yeah.
But you grab the pumpkin, we put it in the car, and then now we go back to JJ, and at this point, we had like 4 or 5 obstacles in our way. But we go to JJ, we make the hole in it, we put our stem in it, and we smoked like 9 grams out of that thing in one night. And I remember we polished off the entire 125 box of chocolate bars in like an hour. And there was this random dude that came up to us, and we offered him some, because it's a spectacle seeing some guys smoking out of a pumpkin. We had to share it with him.
Yeah, he walked up and he's like, "What the fuck you guys up to?" I'm like, "Oh, smoking out of a pumpkin, bro."
What else would we be doing on Halloween?
He's like, He's like, oh yeah, nice. I'm like, bro, you want to hit? He's like, yeah, you fucking hit. Oh, okay, you good, bro.
It's actually a lot. None of you guys greened out of that?
No, we didn't.
Never that.
Holy.
But I greened out on less out of the green machine, so I don't know. But I got stupid high out of the pumpkin because
Yeah, I
how
got stupid.
I loved how it worked for us. Like we tried using a straw at first, and the straw didn't work.
Yeah.
We couldn't burn it well with the straw, but then we just put our lips on the side of the pumpkin, and then that worked perfectly. And then once you like had
Yeah.
inhaled most of it or burned the weed, then you ripped off the top and you stuck your face in the pumpkin, and then just inhaled the rest of it.
Oh yeah, because the top was cut open. That's right. That's hilarious. So it was like a choke on the bong. It was hilarious. You opened up the top, then stuck your fucking face in there and just inhaled. It was like a. That's incredible, bro. That's innovation, bro.
Holy shit.
Honestly,
That actually sounds like a crazy experience.
Well,
bro. I'm going when I edit this video, I'm gonna insert me and Tyson hitting the bong right here. It's fucking hilarious.
well, I mean, that started the tradition of smoking out of a pumpkin. Like it'll never be. I missed last Halloween because I didn't have anybody to do it with, but I did it the second year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm doing it
Oh, you
again.
have to do it. I still haven't tried.
Well, Martin, I invite you on Halloween. You always flop on me, so gonna have to text you 3 months in advance to make sure you can come out with me on Halloween.
No, don't worry.
Mm.
But yeah, if you want to smoke out the pumpkin, then yeah, I will definitely make sure I go to the grocery store this year. The second year was like, because I went to the grocery store and I bought it like in a week in advance. I had it sitting on my island in front of my parents, and they kept asking like, "What are you using this for?" I'm like, "Oh, it's just a pumpkin. What else would I be using it for?" And I didn't want to tell them I was smoking weed out of it.
Cool
And like,
project.
yeah, it's my science project. What else would it be? And on like the last night, I started like carving it into a bong, and then that's when they found out, and they were so fucking disappointed in me. But I think they understood.
Wait, was
I
that
did
like the day they found out that you smoked?
No, that was a couple months after.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like okay with carving it in front of them.
Oh, I see. I see.
But yeah,
Great experience.
that was
Man.
the Great
10 out of
Pumpkin
10.
Heist. Every Halloween, I gotta try and smoke out of a pumpkin to commemorate that.
Yeah, that was a big moment in my life. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna stick with me for a long time.
That's a core memory.
Yeah. But I have a wonderful story that I've been thinking about while you've been telling yours, bro.
All right.
This is probably the funniest story that's ever happened to me in my life, possibly. So listen. Basically, we had planned, we all had a couple days off, work, and we had a bit of time. I think it was the weekend, and our good friend Thomas Pesci decides that he's gonna grace us with his presence and come back home from I think it was America. I don't think it was Scotland. Oh, maybe it was Scotland actually. I'm not sure. But he comes home anyway. He's living out the country. He comes home, and Tyson decides it'd be a great idea for us to go to his grandparents' house for the weekend.
Oh my fuck.
Yeah, go to his grandparents' house, have a good, get high as fuck, drink a little bit, just have a good fucking time. And I'm like, that sounds great, bro. Spend a bit of time with Thomas, and he was hyping up his grandparents' house like it was the greatest thing you've ever seen. And I
Hey,
was
wait,
like,
Jordan, before
well,
you
I got to.
continue, if you speak too quickly, then it bugs again. So make sure you kind of go like a little bit slower because your mic starts spazzing out. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just don't want I don't want the audio to be
That's
shit.
okay. Yeah. So he's hyping up his grandparents' house that it's like the craziest place you've ever been. So I was like, I have to see this to believe it. So we go over there, and he hypes up this big cinema room that his granddad owns. So we get to his house, and it's like this beautiful humble abode. It's a beautiful house, right? And you walk downstairs, and there's a cinema room, and it's massive. I'm like, wow, this is so cool. And his grandfather, lovely man, gentleman, if you will, he comes downstairs, and he tells us for about 35 minutes all the ins and outs of this sound system. And he explains us to it, like, just he's showing us hospitality. He's being a nice fella. And yeah, he shows us, like, play some music, showing us all the sound system. Apparently it was like a $15,000 surround system, which is incredible. Life goals accomplished. um so, like, yeah, we're having a great time. But the big part of this night was, before we got there, we went on weed maps and we got 3 bars. And these bars are the size of, like, those big dairy milk chocolate bars that you get at the gas station, you know, the size of those. And it's actually a THC chocolate bar, and it's 500 milligrams of edible THC, which, to some people who go fucking hard on edibles, that's it's not crazy. I know some people that have drank THC lean that's like 1,000 mgs and they've drank the whole thing, which is incredible. Those people are
Jesus
demons.
Christ. That's actually absurd.
Yeah, but 500 milligrams is still way too much to be doing in one sitting. I'll tell you that much. So, anyway, we're having a good night. We hook up the PlayStation. We're having some games or doing some games. Just mucking around. And me and Thomas Pesci think it would be a funny idea to act like we've already eaten half the chocolate bar, but we hadn't even touched it. And the plan was, because I already knew, because Tyson had never done this chocolate bar before. So, and I don't think you even did edibles at all, bro.
I think at
before
that
this.
point, I had only ever taken a lollipop, which was 50 milligrams.
Yeah.
That was the most I've ever had an edible. So this
Yeah.
was 10 times as strong on my second time doing edibles, and we were drinking that night as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, me and Thomas are like, let's fool this guy. So I take half of my chocolate bar, wrap it up in the foil that it comes in, put it on the seat beside me, and when Tyson comes back into the room, me and Thomas are like, yeah, we've already eaten half of it. Catch up. And we did this because we knew that we were going to have to interact with his grandparents again. We knew the night, like, it was still early. I think it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
At that point, I think it was
And,
like 5, and she was making us lasagna, so we knew we were gonna have to go
Yeah,
out
it
for
was
dinner with
early.
her.
Yeah. That was the plan. It was definitely early. So this guy is trying to catch up. He hoons back, bro, and I'm talking hoons, inhales 250 milligrams of THC. And me and Thomas are deceased. We're laughing so hard, right? And honestly, I don't know. It kicked in pretty fast, bro. You were getting effects within like 20 to 30 minutes. I was surprised how fast it kicked in. And then all we hear is, Tyson, supper's ready. Calls us upstairs, and we go eat lasagna. And we're sitting there. Grandmother, lovely woman, cooks a mean lasagna. I'll tell you that right now. Cooks a wonderful lasagna. Um, we're sitting at the dinner table, and Tyson, I just look at this guy, and his eyes are fucking rolling in his head. He's having a conversation with his grandmother. This guy's cooked. This guy's absolutely fried.
And
Completely
you guys
gonzo.
managed to get away with it. Like, you guys didn't get caught the entire night.
Let's not
Nah,
spoil the ending.
she had no. Yeah, she had no idea at that point. She had no idea. She was just like, she even mentioned a couple times, like, Tyson, why are you being so giddy? Because he was just laughing his ass off because he was so high, right? We had a great meal, had a great conversation with his grandmother, learned a lot about her and stuff. Cool lady. So anyway, we go back downstairs, and then, we let the cat out of the bag to Tyson. He's like, oh, what the fuck? And we were all laughing like he was high as fuck. We hadn't. So now I'm like, me and Thomas, like, okay, bro, we gotta catch up. And Thomas doesn't even smoke weed. Never mind take edibles, which is a whole different drug. Like, this guy doesn't even smoke weed like that. So within a 10 to 15 minute period, all 3 of us finished the entire bar. Done. Inhale it. Tyson only had half to finish. He had already done half. He was already high. Me and Thomas just start chucking back this chocolate bar. Finish the whole thing. And this is where things go south. So we're with after like 30 40 minutes, I start, getting high, and I'm not gonna lie, there was a moment for about 30 minutes that was complete bliss, bro, for me. It was the highest I've ever been, but it was like the perfect amount of highness. Like I was 99% incoherent, but it just in my head it was just everything was beautiful, right? I was loving it. It was such a wonderful experience. And we were also drinking. We were also drinking at the same time,
Yeah, we each had a
which was
2-6. We were going hard that
yeah,
night.
probably, probably added to the effects, but basically I'm high as fuck for like 30 minutes, and then it just cuts to me. Like literally all I can remember is standing up dancing. I'm getting sturdy or some shit. I'm hitting a Millie Rock. Next minute, I'm sitting on Tyson's couch beside him, and I open my eyes, and I just see a huge TV screen in front of me. Like, bro, what size is that? It's like 150 inch. It's huge, bro. It's a cinema screen.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like they have to project it onto it. It's not like an actual
Yeah.
like monitor. It's the entire wall. It must be 7 feet long and
Yeah,
probably
it's huge.
5-6 feet tall. It's fucking massive. And like full on surround sound as well. Like the best of the best
Amazing.
gadgets. Playing a
Sounds
game on that
amazing.
screen, you were immersed. You were immersed.
Yeah, yeah. Ah, bro, imagine playing Red Dead on that. Oh my god.
We should have. I don't know
Um,
if it was out at that point.
it wasn't. It wasn't. So, anyways, so yeah, it just cuts to me opening my eyes, and all I see in front of me is The Witcher 3. I can just see The Witcher running through the forest. He's murking these demons or whatever. And I try to turn my neck to the left, right? Try at my hardest to turn my neck to the left. To look at Tyson, I can't. I can't move my neck. My neck's paralyzed. I try to lift my hand to like push my body around. My hand can't move. I'm actually completely in a coma. It was it was a cross between a weed coma and sleep paralysis. Is what I think it was. Um. So anyway, I strain my eyes to the left and look as far out of the left corner of my eye as I can, and I make eye contact with Tyson. Right? He looks at me for a millisecond, but because he's playing the game, he's not really acknowledging me. So I'm like, fuck, this guy's no help. So I look at Thomas Pesci, and Thomas Pesci is passed out. Like he's passed out on the couch. I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I swear to God, for like at least an hour or so, whatever I can remember at least, is like an hour of me looking at Tyson, blink, bro. Like I was slumped. My mouth was wide open. Like I was slumped. I look like I don't want to say it, but yeah, I look like someone in an insane asylum. And I was just looking at Tyson, blinking my eyes in Morse code, hoping that he would get the fucking hint that I needed severe medical assistance, you know? And he's just looking at me like, Jordan, what the fuck you doing? Like you even said something, Tyson,
I was laughing
like
at you. I was like, "Why are you looking
yeah,
at me, bro? What do you need?"
yeah.
And you just kept blinking. I just started laughing. I'm like, "Dude, you're a fucking psycho." And I just went back to The Witcher 3. I thought you were fucking with me.
I was genuinely sitting on his couch, paralyzed, bro. Paralyzed. Not to mention, I was fiending for my jewel. I couldn't even grab the cunt, which is worse.
That's what you're fucking worried about while you're paralyzed.
Yeah, yeah. I was just fiending, bro, and I couldn't move. So then I'm like, well, I'm not moving anytime soon because I keep in mind when I woke up, I was so high also. Like I was stupidly high. Like that was definitely the highest I've ever been. And the only way I can explain it is everything around me was like fluffy, bro. It's hard to explain. Like if you were to look at a teddy bear really close up, you know how its edges are really fluffy?
Mm-hmm.
when I would look at Thomas and the couch and the sides of the TV, everything was like rippled, like how fluffy a bear is, and it felt fluffy. It's weird to think about. And yeah, man, I was just insanely high. And but I think the reason why it didn't affect Tyson as much because milligrams work on like milligram to weight ratio, the same as drinking. Like if you're heavier, have more mass, it's gonna be less effect. Tyson's like twice my size, so really
I was like 6'3",
the five.
240 at that point. I was a big guy.
Yeah, I was like 5'8", 165, 170. So I'm just in a coma, bro. And I couldn't understand how Tyson was still like I was like, did he not eat the bar? Like I'm like I don't know what's gonna happen. I might be bro, I honestly a couple times I thought I was gonna be retarded for the rest of my life
You're
that night.
a vegetative state.
Bro, I literally thought this was the like I'm gonna be like this forever. It's annoying.
Well, I was
And
still
everyone's
drinking.
gonna think
I finished the 2-6.
hot.
I finished the 2-6 while
Yeah,
you
I
guys were
know.
passed out. I think it's because I
So
paced myself. Like having the truck bar in two different times might have helped
yeah.
me a lot.
Yeah, that's a fact actually. Um, so I wake back up the next morning, okay? And oh my god, my head hurts. I'm just biggest weed coma ever. And I'm just sleeping on this couch. I wake up, open my eyes, and I just look out of the like right corner of my eye and I can move now, thank God. But the lights are on and I think like Tyson's grandpa was telling us like, wake up or whatever. And I look out of the corner of my eye and I see Thomas Pesci walk past the couch. But when I looked at him, he was just dead. I was like, damn, he's so hungover. Like, he just looks like shit, right? His face was so pale and his like mouth was open. His eyes were kind of half closed. It was hilarious. So anyway, he walks past me and I'm just, trying to gather my thoughts, wake up. And Tyson's sleeping on the couch also.
No, I
He's
was
dead
I was
asleep.
upstairs in my or in the guest room. I was
Were
not
you?
with you
Oh,
guys
okay.
in the morning.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, but. So anyway, yeah, this is oh my god, this is so funny. So I knew Tyson probably, or I knew Thomas probably went to the bathroom. So I'm laying there, and all of a sudden, bro, I'm just gonna reincarnate the noise that I heard. I'm laying there, and I hear in the vague distance this noise. Swear to God, and I'm like, what the fuck was that? I was like, is Thomas being sick or something? Like, why is he making that noise? That's all I heard. Sounded like a fucking velociraptor mating call. Like it was weird, bro. But I knew it was Thomas though. I knew 100% it was Thomas. So I get up from my sleeping quarters. I run to the bathroom. And honestly, this story's funny, but at this point, it was actually one of the scariest moments of my life. All I see is Tyson's grandfather holding Thomas against the wall, like the toilet's to the left, and he's just pushing him against the wall. And Thomas is just his head is like shaking back and forth. His eyes are rolling in his head, and his head's like hitting off the wall because he's shaking so much. And Tyson's grandpa, being like the lovely old man he is, he's like, you know, didn't really know what to do, and he's like, Thomas is literally having a seizure, and he's like holding his shoulders, asking like, "Hey Thomas," like in the calmest voice ever. It was fucking funny when I think about it. He's like, "Hey Thomas, do you want some water?" This guy's having a seizure, bro. So I bust in the door when I see this, and I'm not even joking. I've told Tyson this. I regret it. I literally grab his grandfather and slam him out of the way. Like, but not. It was only because I was so worried for my friend's health. But I did push his grandfather like into the wall to get out of my way. It was fucked. But who knows? I could have saved Thomas's life here. So the first thing I do was grab him by the cuff of his neck. So I'm holding like the cuff of his hoodie. I'm holding him. and I start slapping him as hard as I can across his cheeks. Ba 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 ba. Right? Maybe 5, 6 times. All of a sudden, his legs give way. I definitely didn't knock him out, but I think that I mean I didn't even know this. Apparently, the best thing you're supposed to do when someone's having a seizure is to leave them alone, and I didn't know that, so I slapped him in his
Just
face.
started beating the shit out of him while he's having a seizure.
Yeah, but then, yeah, so I hit him like 6 times, and then his legs give way, bro. His legs that were holding him up just give way, and they fold beneath him, and he lands like one leg folds under him and the other leg goes straight. And I'm like, this guy's unconscious. So he's laying on the ground. I turn him on his side and I'm screaming at him like, Thomas, wake up. And at this point when he had hit the ground, I thought like he just had a brain aneurysm, he's dead, because now he wasn't having a seizure anymore. His eyes were closed. He was unresponsive to to me slapping him again. I slapped him a couple more times. Um I was trying to yell at him. I honestly I thought my friend had just died in my arms. It was a horrible experience. But then, like 10 seconds later, I was like, Tyson's grandpa was behind me. I was like, call a fucking ambulance. Like, bro, this guy had just shown me hospitality. This guy had just, shown me for 30 minutes, explained to me the ins and outs of his surround system, and now I'm swearing at him to call a fucking ambulance. So thank God he doesn't call an ambulance. I actually think I don't know what he thought. I thought maybe he thinks that we were really hungover and we're just acting like fucking
Oh,
psychos.
bro, they think we were giant pussies because of that night.
Yeah.
Because they don't know about the edibles. They think we were just drinking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So basically 10 seconds later, Thomas opens his eyes, and I'm not even gonna lie, bro, like I was tearing up at this point. I was tearing up, and he opens his eyes and he's like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah," just saying nonsense, straight gibberish. I'm like, Thomas, wake up, bro, wake up. And he's like, oh, what happened? What happened? I'm like, bro, you just had a seizure. And he's like, no, the fuck, I didn't. And this and that. And I'm like, what's the last thing you remember? He's like, oh, I was just taking a piss and shit. And I'm like, yeah, bro, you had a seizure. So he gets up, and he's white as a sheet, bro. It looks horrible. He wakes up, and now we both get up. Tyson's grandfather's gone, and we go upstairs and have a beautiful English breakfast: bacon, sausages, eggs, grits, bro. Beautiful English breakfast. And I'm just talking to Tyson's grandma, and Thomas emerges from the stairs looking like shit. And I'm like, this is embarrassing. We need to get the fuck out of here. And Tyson was also going to work. Remember, bro, you're going to work early in the morning.
Yeah, I remember I slept through that entire thing. I slept through Thomas'
Yeah.
seizure, and then I woke up like 10 minutes after it happened, and then I left 15 minutes later to go to work.
Yeah. And then, yeah, you went to work, and we're like, oh, we won't stay too long. I'll just finish my food and my coffee, and then we'll go. Because keep in mind, like, I was still high. Like, there was no doubt in my mind I was still high, but I felt like it was wearing off. No, it wasn't. Bro, I hop in my car, right? I tell Thomas, let's go. I basically have to walk this guy to my car because he's so fucked up. Like, I have to put his arm around my shoulder. Put him in the Ford Focus. Start ripping down McLeod Trail, right? And I actually took a video that I'll insert again because I want to insert a couple videos in this podcast. But there's a video that I took of me driving down the fucking street. And in the background you can just see the trees going by and shit. And I take a video of me, and then I point it to Thomas, and then I point it back to me. And the entire time of the video was like a 10-second video. I'm going like 50, 60 Ks. I don't look at the road once. I'm looking straight at the camera. You guys will see. It's a fucking hilarious video. So yeah, ended up getting home eventually. I had to stop for Thomas to throw up at the Tim Hortons, once or twice. Get home, and we get into my front door of my house, and my mom asked me, what the fuck happened to you guys? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, Jordan, we'll talk about this later. Go to sleep. I'm like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. So, bro, we go downstairs to my room because Thomas, when he came back to Calgary, he was staying at my house for like a week. And go downstairs. Thomas falls asleep, and I wake up the next day to go hang out with the boys again to go play basketball. And Thomas is like, "No, I'm not coming. I'm gonna stay here." Bro, I swear to God, he had like I think 3 more days in Calgary. That guy was not the same
No,
person.
it was a different Thomas
Not
Pesci after that night.
different guy,
It broke
different
his
human
soul,
being,
bro.
bro.
That night
It
broke
did.
his
It
soul.
Yeah. It actually it flipped the momentum. He wasn't. He even then at a later date he told me that it was like he was in Scotland for like 2 weeks again before he felt good. Like it was fucked.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the
That's
crazy
scary, man.
story.
Holy shit.
I know.
That night, yeah, that was insane. Because I remember, yeah, you gave me the edible, and I wolfed it down, and it was tasting horrible, but I just kept going through it. And then when you guys told me you hadn't eaten anything, bro, I was like, shut the fuck up. And I think that was that was after we came back from dinner. I I think I was drunk before we went out for dinner, but when I was sitting talking to my grandmother, I was
Yeah.
up so high. Like the room was turning, but I never even realized it was doing that until I had stood up after dinner, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I've been high for 20 minutes." But it's like it was so weird because I didn't know I was high for those 20 minutes, but as soon as I stood up, I remembered being high for the 20 minutes. It was fucking strange. And then yeah, we went downstairs, just played video games, we drank, and then you two fell asleep at like 1 o'clock. And then I still feel bad, man, for not helping you when you were when you were fucking paralyzed. I was laughing
I
at you
mean, yeah, like, what do you expect? Like,
because
I
I
don't
was
know. It would have been.
destroyed. I was
Yeah, you were
80% through
destroyed.
my Captain Morgan. I had ate the 500 milligrams, and yeah, that was the highest. No, I don't even know if that was the highest I'd been, or if it was the next day. I think it.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, it might have been the next day, to be honest, because when I was at my grandparents' house, I was chilling. I played Witcher 3 for like 7 hours straight till 4:30 in the morning. It was bliss. It was amazing. And then I woke up at like 10 a.m. the next day. 5 hours sleep. I'm still high, and I had to go sell wedding dresses or bridesmaids dresses at David's Bridal for 7 hours. That was the most high I'd ever been. Was at David's Bridal that day.
So funny, bro.
I was making trips to the water fountain every like 5 minutes. Like I was sitting down the whole time. I was miserable that day. I don't even know how we drove because we were so
No,
destroyed.
bro. When I was driving down McLeod Trail, it was like it was a miracle that I didn't crash. The amount of times that I could feel myself running on the bump strips of like changing lanes by accident is incredible.
Yeah,
It was
that's
so
insane
dumb.
that you guys made it all the way back. I only had to go to David's Bridal. It was halfway there, so
Yeah.
I was able to kind of chill. But I think the craziest part about that whole ordeal is that we went and smoked that night. Like after David's Bridal, I remember I went and picked you guys up, and we went and smoked out the green machine. And I remember Michael was there. We had like 2 cars of people, but Thomas Pesci just refused to smoke, and I was
Yeah.
concerned. 'Cause I'm like, bro, what happened to you? Like, he didn't seem happy to be there at
Nah, he
any
wasn't,
point
bro.
after that, and I don't blame him because I don't think he was just severely hungover. I think something like actually happened to his brain that in that moment.
Yeah.
Because it sounds horrific. I slept through the entire thing. I missed the seizure. I missed it. But my grandparents, when they explain it to me, they basically just make it sound, bro, you guys are fucking pussies. Like, can you guys really not handle your drink that much? Like, they roast Thomas Pesci, and I can't defend the guy because I can't say, yeah, he actually had 500 milligrams of edibles that night as well. But, yeah, I completely understand why that happened to him. Because, yeah, he never smoked before, and then he took 500 milligrams at once. Because
I wonder how that triggered a seizure though. That's so crazy.
I have no idea. Because he drank a lot, too. He had a lot of, I remember he drank like a Smirnoff vodka 2.6 that night, and he finished like 75% of it. So he
Yeah.
drank a good amount. I don't know, bro. I don't know why that triggered it for him. Maybe it's because it was just so instant. It must have all hit him in the face at once, because he had been drinking before, and then he had the 500 milligrams after dinner when he had probably 2 drinks down, and by the time he got 2 more down, it probably just hit him. Because I remember he was only like conscious for like 2 hours that night before he was asleep. He was the first one to fall asleep. So I think it just it must have hit him in the balls all at once.
Yeah. Such a funny story though. I remember. I'll tell my grandkids about that.
That was like the ultimate climax of that week. Because yeah, they gave me the house for a week, bro. They're like, just take care of the dog and stay in our house and play video games in the man cave. And I was like, all right, I'm inviting all my friends over because I got to do it. All like Kennedy was there. Scott was there for a night. I remember there was that one time we went to Carl's Jr. and food
That
had
was
never tasted so good.
Bro.
Besides that
That was
night.
the greatest high moment I've ever had. When, bro, I will remember this till the day I die. When I sat down at that little round stool in Carl's Jr., bro, and I took my burger, chicken bacon ranch burger out of the bag, and I bite into it. At that moment, I peaked like I've never peaked before, bro. And it was just the only word for it is bliss. Like everything was perfect in that moment, man. All the boys around the table were
We
having
were
a big
having a
feast.
fucking blast. We all had our
Yeah,
milkshakes.
man. Yeah, man. Good times, man.
Yeah, I love that week. I'm surprised we never got caught because there was like a time when we had to go back. I remember that we cleaned the entire house. You know, it was squeaky clean. And then we
I
were
remember.
leaving, and you're like, "We gotta go check one more time." I'm like, nah, we gotta go check. And you go check, and you found
Yeah,
like a blunt wrap on their
rapper.
fire table. It was
Yeah.
like, thank fuck, you would have checked.
And when we first got there and you were showing me around, remember I stepped in the dog's shit on my white Air Forces? I was furious, bro. I was furious.
You were hating Tino from the get go.
Yeah, we got all off of the wrong foot.
Oh man, that was so funny. I don't remember. I think Martin was like in Bulgaria that summer, because I know that he couldn't come for some reason. We invited him, but you were somewhere that entire week, Martin.
I might have
Maybe
been like,
Florida? I think Florida,
no,
possibly?
no, no. That was a different time because Florida was like way later.
Mm.
But I remember I was supposed to be there that night, but I forget what the reason was, but I was gone. And then when you guys told me about it later, I was like, I couldn't believe it. It was something I never imagined. I'm like, Thomas literally probably got traumatized for the rest of his life and had a near death experience. I don't know what I would have done if I was there. Like I probably would have just been like in panic and would have been like, is this guy gonna die? Like I wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy I didn't see that. I probably would have been fucking traumatized if I saw Thomas Pesci seizing on the ground, non-responsive.
Yeah.
That
I
would not have been a
fucking
pretty sight.
I fucking miss that guy though, bro. I miss Tommy 2 times so much, man.
Just do.
Honestly.
Been a long time.
It just it makes me not even mad, bro. It just makes me upset that it's like, bro, me I was literally that kid. We were best fucking friends, like two peas in a pod, bro. We did everything together. We would skate every day, play basketball every day. And now it's like we don't even know each other no more type shit. Like he only hits me up for money. It's annoying, bro. I really like I man. It's when your friends move away, it's so hard to like keep that relationship, but at the same time I say that like we're all still best friends. I guess you have to make a choice not to do that, I suppose, but it just makes no sense to me, man.
Yeah.
It became so distant, I mean. Wait, is Kennedy in this call?
Is he?
Kennedy's in the call. Hey.
Are you Kennedy?
What's good? What's good? I'm chilling, man. Nice to be here. Nice to be here. A little late.
Yeah,
How long have
bro.
you been here?
30 minutes. I didn't know when to start to butt in.
Are you serious?
You were listening to that whole story?
2 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Not like a minute ago.
Okay.
I was just trying to see what the conversation is about.
We were just
Kennedy,
telling
you're a
you
bit
funny
quiet.
stories.
Yeah, I'm using my actually use my laptop audio microphone. How does it sound?
Not too bad.
I'm just
Pretty
gonna
good.
That's
turn
good.
you up on Discord so that.
My headset just snapped. I need to get a new gaming headset.
Kennedy, that goal you scored off FIFA, filth, bro.
Bro, I have two more I can send you, bro. I was going off yesterday, bro. I'm in Division
Run it,
4.
bro. Run it.
I'll play after this, fam.
Word.
I'll be right back, boys. I'm gonna go make myself another drink.
I
Sir?
bet.
Yeah, bro. I've seen recently I went on FIFA and I saw your guys' like ultimate teams. You guys have been playing a lot. You guys' teams are way better than mine.
Oh,
I
how can you see your teams?
Like when your ultimate team, I think you can just like view other people's squads.
Oh,
damn. Do you
that's
see my
cool.
Fakir? I got Team of the Week Fakir. Bought him for like 48K.
Damn, you splashed, eh?
Yeah, I had like 78K saved up, just straight up saved up.
Mm.
Bought Fakir. I had his
You
84. Love
good?
his card. Bought his 86. My team's doing good. I'm
Mm.
trying to make that Neymar, that flashback Neymar, before he's out.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I started off like so strong with FIFA 22, like Ultimate Team. Like, I remember at the moment FIFA
Yeah.
22 dropped, I got it. I was like playing a lot of Ultimate Team, and then I don't know. After a while, I think it just died down, and nobody was playing it, so I kind of stopped. And then you guys started, but I was like, I didn't feel like
Hop
playing
back on,
anymore.
bro. Bam. Why did we not run pro clubs anymore? Pro clubs was so fucking fun, man.
Sure, we do gotta run Pro Clubs again.
Sir, I'll be down. Like, I've been playing hella more FIFA.
Bro, Kennedy is a fucking god at defense, bro. It makes me so angry. This guy is the best defensive player I've ever fucking seen.
And you played Div
I'm
Rivals?
Oh yeah, I'm in Division 4 right now.
Oh shit, that's pretty good.
Bro, I
Yeah,
murk people online. I murk them, and then I come across this guy, and he just shuts me down, bro. Can't do shit. My team is irrelevant against the Kennedy.
I'm running like a La Liga team. I got La Liga, and then I got Isaac and Carrera's my striker. They're literally just
Where's AIDS?
Carrera. They're too good. Martin, we should play sometime.
I remember I have like a full gold BPL team, and then I packed like this like Pulisic card that was like okay. And then I remember I was gonna try and build like an Italian side, but then I gave up because
Oh,
that's when like I stopped. But I had like a lot of good players, but I think I just used them for like SBCs after.
SBC's the way to go. Jordan says fuck them.
It's just I can't be fucked, bro. I like playing the game. I don't like doing all that extra stuff.
Like they're not bad. Like there are some of them are like hit or miss. Genuinely, some of them are just like you just pray that the luck is on your side, or you're gonna get like shit packs, and you just like wasted a bunch of like players and other shit. But like it
It's
it just
definitely
depends
worth
on what you're
doing.
doing.
I
Yeah,
love the
it's
player
definitely
picks.
worth doing. It's just, yeah, I don't
Yeah.
have the patience, bro. I need to be. There has to be action.
Last year,
I got
player pick of Team of the Year, Neymar.
90 fucking six overall. I was furious,
Bro, Neymar's always good in FIFA.
bro.
I
I
wish I
remember
had.
Kennedy like he hopped on. He got on FIFA and he had a shit team. I was fucking destroying him. I was molesting him. Right. He had like his best player was like maybe like 82 Martial. And
Yeah.
I play him the next weekend. When I get off work, I play him the next weekend. He is 96 rated Neymar. I'm like, yeah, I'm done playing you, Kennedy. It's over, bro. This guy rapes me 5-0. Yeah, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not playing anymore.
He'd be like, yeah, I'm not.
Bro, how do you even manage to like upgrade your team that fast?
I was just doing player
SBCs
picks, bro. And
and just
SBCs,
like
bro.
this guy runs the market on FIFA. He's the fucking top
Just
dog.
sniping every player off the market, like
This guy's
cheapest price
Wall
possible.
Street.
I
This
just
guy
be
got a portfolio
buying
on
like
FIFA, bro.
overalls,
Jesus.
like
I've like played you
84s,
only once. I've never really played you, Kennedy.
top 84s, bro, on like Thursday, and then like sell them on like the next Tuesday when player picks come out, and you make like 2K per card, and you make 30. It's like 60K just for doing nothing.
Mm.
I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just playing the game.
Kendi, today's podcast. Well, we're actually all drinking, so if you have a drink, go crack it open. But today's
I have some
podcast,
water right here, boy. I got you.
word. Um, it's about funny stories that we have, like that involve, it doesn't have to be everyone, but some of us, like we told, we started off with the Great Pumpkin Heist
Oh,
on
word.
Halloween,
Tell me a story.
and then yeah, I told the time that Thomas Pesci had a seizure
Oh
at
yeah.
Tyson's grandparents' house. So yeah,
Oh,
if you got a
yeah.
story, bro, cook it up. What about you, Martin? You
Yeah.
got a story for us?
Does it have to be with y'all, or can it be with like something I've experienced?
It can be. Well, I mean, we did it with just us, but I mean, if you have a funny story that's good, yeah, fucking run it, bro.
Um, yeah, I have a
Like
pretty funny
like
story.
Jordan said, it doesn't have to be everybody. Cause like for their stories, I wasn't involved, but they like I know what the stories were, but like and then like my story was gonna be like
Oh, run
uh
it. Actually, no, let's wait for Tyson. Maybe let's just wait for Tyson.
I'm already back.
yeah. Oh,
Um.
fantastic.
Oh, bet. Run it then.
Uh, yeah, my story was just gonna be uh Tyson's trailer. Just like all the times been there to his trailer. Like it just genuinely like it's just so fun. And it's just like it takes away like from being outside the city, going to it like in the summer. And it's just like it takes away from like everything that's going on. And just like it feels like just a completely different place.
Thanks.
And just in general, I remember like one of the first times it was like me, Tyson, Jordan, and Bryant, and we all went there. This is like I think this might have been the first time. It was only the four of us, and we were drifting the golf carts around, and we were playing hoops. I remember like it was like a 2v2. It was like one of the
Oh
very rare
yeah.
times where me and Jordan were actually mad at each other. Like we took it so personally for some reason, and we were so mad at the end of it all. And we were like, "Oh, it's all good, it's all good." But
Bro, that
on the
was
There was almost a fight that day. I remember we had to
yeah,
like
nah,
no,
keep
boy.
separated
genuine.
at the trailer. It was fucking bad. I've
That was
never
the
seen you
only
guys that mad.
time. No, there was two times. Me and Martin have, bro, because Martin is the hardest person to hate, in my opinion. Like,
Mm.
you are the hardest
Too
person to
kind.
get mad at. And I remember, yeah, let me just butt in real quick. That we had a fucking huge fight at the basketball court, and it was about a foul or some bullshit like
Yeah,
that. And we
it wasn't
like,
much, but it was
and we
we took it personal.
and we get back to the trailer, and y'all are playing FIFA, and me and Martin are still mad at each other. We're still beefing, and I remember I went to sleep so mad that night, bro. It was funny as fuck. And then the other time that we had a fight, it was about like it was the dumbest shit, bro. I remember because I was looking at my oh, it's so cringe, bro. Fuck, I don't even know
Nah,
if I
it's
want
all good, it's all good, it's all good.
so basically, Martin had said like something at school, but like, oh, I would like my ex like he called her like nasty or something, and like I don't know, because like at the time I didn't even give a fuck really, but then my ex found out that you said that, so then I had to like,
I felt
you
so
know,
bad because like I didn't mean to
yeah.
say it.
I mean, bro, it's the funniest shit because I don't give a fuck. You're right, she was nasty, but then I text you on Instagram or on Snapchat and I was fully beefy like, bro, she's the most beautiful girl in the world.
Crazy times.
I hate my life, bro. Fuck. Yeah, that's the only ever two times we've ever beefed, bro. Funny as shit.
Yeah. But anyway, um I remember after the basketball games we were like drifting around and your dad, Jeremy Tyson, he was like because people apparently were complaining and that the main manager guy that we always say, what was his name?
Done.
Oh
Fucking
yeah.
done.
Come on.
Hate that
Oh
guy.
my god. Yeah, apparently people were like snitching to him and then like he was telling your dad that we were drifting. We were like, yeah, no, we weren't drifting. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. But we were this close because they almost like, oh no, they did like prohibit us from like not using the golf carts anymore because although we didn't admit to it, they assumed that it was us. So they're like, yeah, you can't ride the golf carts anymore until you leave. We're like, fuck you. So we had to like walk around everywhere.
John,
But
he did one of the most fucked up things that weekend. I remember
yeah,
we went because that started my rivalry with Don that weekend.
yeah,
I remember I don't know who it was, but we got given the duty to go and take the cardboard to the bin,
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was yeah.
the garbage bin was like filled. So we put the cardboard on top of it because we just couldn't fit it inside, and a little bit of wind happened to blow it over, and we were driving the golf cart, and Don saw that on the security cameras. And we were
Oh,
driving the golf
remember?
cart.
Yeah.
Jordan was driving. Thank God Jordan was driving right now because I don't think I would have reacted fast enough. But Don pulls his golf cart literally in front of ours while we are going down the road.
Full
And
pelt.
full, but we would have T-boned him if you didn't react. And it's like, what the fuck was your goal? You could have just pulled up beside and told us to stop. He pulls in front of us. I wish you T-boned that guy. That would have been hilarious.
Acting like a cop and shit, bro. Acting like a whole cop pulled in front of the fucking golf cart.
Well,
What
he's
pussy,
he's a
bro.
Paul Blart trailer cop. Like it's just
Facts.
like he uses his authority. He has a god complex. He's an asshole. But sorry, Martin, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, it's all
Just
good.
wanted to give the lore
Yeah.
on what's his name, Don.
Yeah, no. And like when you were, I just remembered because we were talking about like FIFA a bit earlier before you came back. And I remember when we were there, considering me, Jordan, and like Bryant, we knew a lot more about soccer. We had played FIFA a lot more than
Oh,
Tyson
yeah.
did. Like around that time, Tyson was like still pretty new to FIFA. In one night, he managed to beat all three of us and go undefeated somehow. And I still do not know how he pulled that off, considering we were all actually trying hard. A guy with
My
like,
passing game was insane. That's,
yeah, no, I did not, I couldn't believe it. It was like, it was something else.
I remember I was like a pretty chubby guy at the time.
Yeah.
And Tyson said to me, because I have my shirt off, he's like, Jordan, why do your tits look like that? And bro, I was so mad. I
No
was so
way.
what I
No
did
way.
did I
I
really?
was so
That's
mad,
your
bro.
monster.
I
No
was like,
way.
what the fuck, bro? I was so
Jordan is
angry.
actually just broken from that.
Yeah, I was
Wait,
so
was
angry.
it was it unprovoked?
Yeah, it was unprovoked as fuck.
No.
Just look at my tits, bro. And you're like, bro, why do your nipples look like that? And I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, that's so rude. I was actually upset, bro.
I'm so fucking sorry. I don't know why I said that. I don't. I
That led to
apologize.
me losing weight, bro. Honestly, you gave me motivation, though. You gave me motivation.
Yeah, but I didn't have nice nipples then either. I was a fat cunt, so I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Oh my god.
Crazy the world works. Full circle, eh? No, I'm playing.
But yeah, the trailer. There's so many things that have happened at the trailer. Kennedy, have you ever
Nope.
been with us? You have to
Oh,
come
yeah,
this summer.
man.
It's like no
If you
matter
come this
what.
summer back, if you come back this summer, yeah, everybody has to go.
Well, if you
If Jordan comes back,
yeah.
I'm lining up directly when Jordan comes back. If he comes back,
Oh, that's gonna be such a movie, man.
Because
I
he is
just-
coming
yeah,
back.
yeah. So when you come,
I'm
Jordan,
dying
if you know
for
the
that.
date, let me know so I can arrange for that.
I'll let you know as soon as possible, bro.
Word.
Yeah, so we'll go up to the trailer for a week. It's always a good time, man. Kennedy will be like the only one that doesn't get sunburnt. You have the advantage over all of us. We all leave
Yeah,
with
but my
nasty
hair
sunburns
gets
no matter
popped.
what.
My hair will just be infested with dirty water. It just holds whatever goes into it.
Oh, the
You
water
don't have to
there
wash it,
isn't amazing. Well, I mean, it's actually it's clean, but it's
Yeah, I'm not swimming. Fuck swimming, man.
why not? Well, we swim a lot up there. There's a pool and a lake.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Oh, the
swim
cold
like that.
lake. Everybody has to swim the cold lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not really swimming like that. I can't.
you not
I'm
swim?
I ain't dying,
Freezing.
man. Is this a lake or a river?
Can you not swim?
It's a lake.
No, like I can swim. I won't die, but I don't like putting myself in that situation. I can float nicely, you know. That's chill.
Okay, but you won't swim out 15 meters to a dock so that we can play. What's that game called? Spike ball on
King
the
of
dock.
the Hill.
King of the Hill as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
King of the Hill. Yeah, you had to, Kennedy.
Yeah, I'm not trying to drown.
Well,
You
I
won't
can
run,
give
just
you a
fucking
life jacket if
dive
you really
into
want
it.
one.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, for
we
life jacket, I'm
definitely could
chilling.
use a life jacket.
Give me a life jacket. It's a wrap. I'm good.
All right, Pat. I'll
Aye.
give you a life jacket.
That's fine then.
Remember that day that we were just throwing all the rocks trying to hit the buoy? and we're like having a competition who could hit the boy out in the lake.
Yeah.
We're just throwing at it. That was so much fun, man.
It's hilarious.
I remember that. That was sick.
I remember there was one day we were in the lake and we were sitting over on the shore, and there was a group of girls on the dock, and I remember they called us over. They're like, "Do you guys want to come swim with us?" And Jordan's like, "No thanks, we're gay."
I totally forgot about that.
Bro. Ugly ass bitches, bro. No,
They never asked us
bro.
again.
Bro,
That was
I
their
That was
answer.
a violation.
I just saw the white girl, but then when we went back to your trailer, I looked out the window of your trailer, bro, and the next door neighbor was this like brown girl. I don't know. She had brown skin, bro. Oh my god. When she turned to open the door, G, my mouth hit the fucking floor. Girl had cake eyes, and I'm like, I really told this female I was homosexual. What the fuck was I doing? Type shit, you know,
Yeah, that's my neighbor.
bro. You should do all you fucking can to get in those cheeks, bro.
She is head over heels for Malcolm.
Yeah, fuck that. She hasn't seen Tyson Foster recently. Tyson, you forget. You have the natural ability now. Surprise.
Sneak attack. Nobody
Sneak
knows
attack.
anymore. Lost 100 pounds. Well, not 100 pounds. What am I saying? 60 pounds.
Got a big beard now and everything. Lost weight.
Still got a
Malcolm's
small
pushing
dog.
it.
Not saying you're worthy before Tyson. You're always worthy. But I'm just saying now your car. You just unlocked turbo. You finally won your 50 GTA races. You just have turbo. You know, like your car is nice. You're always good. You're always nice. You're the best. But now you're just like just a better version of you.
Thank you.
Boys, you know what I've been thinking of doing? It's
Getting two girls and having them both just have sex in front of you while you watch with a joint in your hand.
that would be an amazing experience. But no, it's not that. So my car, right? The car I have right now
The golf.
is a Golf GT, right? It's non-turbo, okay? It's naturally aspirated. But I was thinking, okay, so you guys know I was gonna buy the same car but with a bigger engine, so it's like twice as fast, right? And it's like looks more sporty, looks cool. I could do that, right? Or I've had another idea. I could engine swap it. The car I have now, engine swap it to the one to the car I was gonna buy, just because it's the same car. The engine fits, but like my one, you can tell it's not an R32 because the R32 has like special stuff. Like it has a center mounted exhaust. It has like looks more sporty. It has diffusers. Has like it looks way cooler, you know. But it's the same body. You know what I mean? Imagine if I engine swap it for that car, and it's in my car currently. It and keep the same rims on it. It already has ugly rims, and make it the biggest sleeper in New Zealand, bro. Imagine how fucking cool that would be. Cause like motherfuckers would pull up to race me, and they're like, "Oh, this is an easy dub. It's a non-turbo Golf GT." But in reality, they're really racing a Golf R32 with a turbo installed, bro. Can you imagine?
That would be
What do you
hilarious.
boys?
How many people that would trick?
Yeah. What do you reckon? Do you think I should buy it? Because the R32 does look cooler. You can tell it looks cooler.
How much? How expensive is it?
Okay, so the R32, I would definitely get it on finance, but it would probably be like 120 a week to pay off. It would be like the cheapest ones I've seen. I want one with low K, so it's like uh probably like 15 to 16,000. Okay, or I've already paid off my Golf that I have right now. I could engine swap it. The engine swap to buy the engine would be like 2,000. To install it would be like another 1,000. Then to turbo it would be like 4,000. Um, it would be a lot cheaper, but it wouldn't look as cool. But it would be cooler in a sense because it's a sleeper as fuck. You know? What do you
Do
think?
you want a sleeper, or do you want a car? You're like, this is nice.
Yeah, I know, cause the inside of the R32 is cool. Like it has it has seats that hug you. Like you can, like when the seats like on the side.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because my
Racing
friend used to have a or 36. Yeah, but on the side there's a button to make the sides hug you. Like you can make it tighter or looser. So like when you go around corners, you don't move at all. Like it holds you in the seat, and it has like heated front and back seats. It has like all this extra cool stuff that my one doesn't, because my one's stuck as fuck. Um, but like yeah, I know like it would be cool to own a cool car, but would it be cooler to just smoke? Because like if people see an or 32, they're not gonna race it because they're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna get smoked, you know. But if they see my car, they're gonna want to race it, and then I'm gonna smoke them anyways. So I don't know, bro. I'm not.
But
I'm
you
kind of
want to
stuck.
Go
buy
for the
one
sleeper.
just for racing, because
You're-
you'll only be racing. You'll be driving. You want it to be nice. Get a girl in there. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's not a horrible car either. Like it's my Golf right
I'm
now.
good.
It's a decent little car, but I mean, mostly for racing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you know, I think it'd be. I don't know. It's different. I like the fact that it's different. You know. I don't know though. I'm stuck.
I'd
But you,
vote
yeah, you
sleeper.
reckon the sleep?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that sounds
Yeah, I
cool.
would reckon with the sleeper too.
The underdog car. That's just what you'd
Exactly.
be underestimated by everybody,
yeah.
and you get more races, which
Because
is what you want.
my car right now, the Golf is running like 150, like nah, probably like 140 horsepower. Okay, it's like it's not slow, but it's also not fast. But with the Or 32 engine, it goes to 300 horsepower, and then if I turbo it, the horsepower is unlimited. Like it depends how much boost I want to run through the turbo. So I could make a regular Golf GT that has 120 horsepower normally, so or 140. What people like know it, like, because people who know cars know it's like a Golf GT probably is like 140, 150. But imagine they pull up to race a 140 horsepower car and it has like 5 to 600 horsepower, like a fucking Lamborghini. But it's like Golf fucking GT, bro. That would be the craziest shit ever. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
That sounds sick. You should do that.
McLaren P1 horsepower in a fucking Golf. That's ridiculous. But yeah, Ken, do you have a story?
I don't think I have anything specifically really good. I have one like from university. Not with you all.
Yeah, rip it. Rip it. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
grab a
Rip.
charger for my laptop real quick, boys.
Okay, I'll wait for you to come back. Should I just start?
If you want to wait, we can wait till Jordan gets back if you want, or you can go right now. It's up to you.
I'll wait.
But yeah, the trailer. I was thinking about it, bro. There's like it's too hard to narrow down like one or two stories from that place. I have damn near hundreds from that trailer park. And yeah, Kennedy, when you come up, it's gonna be amazing. And we usually do the draft night for our fantasy league up there.
Yeah, it was fun last time when we did the draft.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Well, last summer we had the 3 bongs in the back of the trunk, and we were just rotating it around the park. Sadly, we lost the first one because it got confiscated by my parents. But we had the other 2, and we went swimming all the time. We played basketball, heaps of basketball, because we got a new net and it is nice now. I love that new net. And yeah, we should, if we're going in July next year, because that's probably when Jordan's going to come back. I think he's coming back for a month, and I think it's July to August. If we went during that time, there's usually like events up at my trailer. We could go and for like the baseball tournament. There's sometimes an amazing race. There's a bunch of shit that we could do. And if we do the baseball tournament, I don't know if we could, because I know you have to have a lot of people from the trailer there, but it's like every neighborhood in the trailer park has a team, and Snob Hill are a bunch of cunts. I hate them because whenever they win, they always go around, or what?
It's like prepared, like pre-planned. Like every summer they just see who's available and they just make a team.
No, it's usually like you plan like a month ahead and you sign up for it, and I mean, it's not like practices or anything like that. Usually, some people go and like hit the ball for a couple hours, but it's basically just an excuse to just drink, play baseball, and there's just a tournament between all the neighborhoods. But we have our neighborhood. We used to have a team that was really good, but then they all fell apart, and now Snob Hill is running the fucking show. And they're Snob Hill for a reason. Like they go around after a win, drinking, and they throw their cans all over the park. They're a bunch of fucking assholes. So I would love to beat that team.
The most typical redneck type people.
Mm-hmm. Typical redneck whites, and then you actually have to go pick up the garbage after. It's fucking not fun.
Yep. Fuck that.
Diversity, right?
What?
Diversity?
Is there diversity? I mean, it is mostly white people for sure, but there are definitely people from everywhere. We one of our neighbors, he's Asian. He's really nice. Herb. He's married to Kim, the Kim who was Nickelback's first kiss, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when he wrote the song? He's like, Kim was first girl. I know Nickelback is the band everyone makes fun of, but that's the girl that was his first kiss. She's my neighbor. And, the girl to our left, I don't know where they're from. I have no fucking idea. Mostly whites. There's an Irish family. They have this huge, one of the only flags in the trailer park is an Irish flag.
I remember seeing that before, yeah.
I would say there's not that many black people for sure. Usually, I think if black people are going up, usually they're visiting. I can't. No, there's definitely about 2 families that have one up there, but they don't come up super often. Usually, it's pretty white.
Acceptable. It's all good.
I mean, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere between Calgary and Edmonton, so and it's a trailer park. I just don't think black people would be that interested in something like that. Or if, like, at least not going up for like 2 months straight and living up there. Like, I know there's a couple that come in, like they have a boat and they go around ripping on there. And I've actually seen a lot of black people at the trailer park across, but the really nice one where it's not like it's not a trailer park. It's like a place with like actual like cabins, and it's like a nice getaway place. And I've seen a few.
So like Airbnbs?
So basically, I'm saying they're not fucking coming to our poor carefree. They're going to the nice place. They're going to ones with the mansions. Yeah. Mostly white people where I am. But I mean, it's not poor. It's like a trailer. It's like $100K, I think. And there's like multiple parks. There's a baseball diamond. You get around on golf carts. There's a pool. There's a lake. It used to be a really nice cliff jumping spot, but every time I ask, I hear more and more stories of people dying from going cliff jumping there. So I'm gonna refrain from it.
Mom was telling me about some people that died like that.
I mean, I think there was 2 just last summer. One guy jumped and it just was way too shallow, and he died. And I think someone jumped in after him and he died too. And then I remember,
oh my God.
I remember one time I went once, and to think that it was shallow was a weird thing, because when I jumped in, it was deep as shit. Like, there was at least another 100-something feet to the ground. So when these people are jumping off the cliff, I can't imagine what they were jumping into, bro. Because I was jumping like 40 feet probably into the water. But at the top of the hill, there's like different levels to it. You know, it goes like 5, 10, 15, and then 40. And there's this one little girl, and everyone's lining up going on this one spot. And it's not just like one of those mountains like curved inwards. Like when you're jumping, you have to clear some rocks. You have to really like run and get a good like probably 2 meters out, because you will fall on the rocks below you.
That is horrible. Why would anyone want to do that willingly?
Because it's fun. It's yeah. I did it, and it's a crazy feeling. It's because when you jump, you don't know if you're gonna make it, and then eventually like there's just that like you hit threshold and you're passing it. It's an insane feeling. But I remember there's this one girl. She was a little girl. She went before me, and she ran out, and she quit on the last second. Like she turns around on the last second, actually like slips off. Her feet both fall off, and she like somehow grabbed onto the side and pulled herself back up, like all in one swift motion. Like she wasn't like holding on by her hands. Like she turned around, her legs flew out, and then she like somehow pulled herself in. Like this little 12-year-old girl, bro. She would have fucking died because she was not clearing those rocks. So that was crazy. And I saw that. I'm like, all right, my turn. Then I fucking cleared those rocks.
Yo, crazy fact. At the last long weekend in Auckland, 37 people died in the water on the last long weekend just in Auckland.
Wow. Doing what? Like cliff jumping, drowning?
Just everything, yeah, just well, because it's a long weekend, so I'd imagine a lot of them like being under the influence and swimming or whatever. But yeah, 37 people in one weekend, crazy, bro.
That's
Just in
terrible.
one city, yeah, it's nuts.
Yeah, you can really just make one mistake and that's it in water. That's why I'm terrified of the ocean. It's my biggest fear.
You
Because,
Have to
sound like
respect it, bro.
yeah, like rapids, like, we are not built for that. We're not built to live in that condition. So I do not like going in there.
When I learned what rip currents were, it actually scared me, bro. I heard of them, but I didn't really know how powerful they were. But I experienced one not that long ago. Where me and this girl, we went to the beach, and my dad had told me the night before because I had told him because like an entire week straight, I explored different beaches with this girl I was talking to, and we went to this one called Piha, bro, beautiful beach. But my dad had told me like if you see when the waves come and in the middle of two waves like the wave breaks before it gets to one part, that means in that one part the water's getting pulled outwards towards the sea, not like it's not coming in like the waves. And I was in the water at Piha, and these waves, bro, they were surfing waves 100%, but me and this girl were just like swimming through them and like jumping over them and shit, just having a good time, whatever. But um I ended up seeing when the wave broke, I saw another wave coming from a different angle. I'm like, well, that's weird. Why is the water doing that? I'm like, oh, that might be a rip current. So like I'm in the water and I kind of get pulled towards it, which is like it's fine. Like when when the wave comes and then the water goes back out, you get pulled a little bit anyway. But this pull was like really strong. I'm like, oh, what the fuck, bro? I just get sucked. Like I didn't know it was possible for it to be that strong. Like it just sucked. It took my legs from underneath me. I fell down and it sucked me outwards. But the good thing is like I caught another wave and it spit me back out, so I came back towards the beach. But bro, terrifying. Like it literally just no matter how strong you are, can just suck you, bro. It's terrifying, honestly.
That's what she
Yeah.
said. Yeah, bro, that is fucking scary. Because I've heard like athletes too, like some people that we think are like very strong. Like I know there's been a few that have been like ripped out by those currents. I think
Yeah.
there's like that WWE star, and then I don't remember where the other athlete's from, but yeah, they're just swimming in it. They just get sucked out into the ocean. Like it's just you're all equal under that.
crazy, right?
Yeah,
The
the water's not
ocean's
strong enough.
terrifying. Um, there was this story in I think it was Queensland in Australia. My mom was telling me last week there was someone swimming in the water, and he was like a triathlete, and he was doing a triathlon the next day, right? And he's in the water, and there's someone who, bro. There's a video of this. I haven't watched it, but my mom told me there's a video that you can find of this guy. All you see is him swimming, and all you see is this great white shark, bro. And it comes and it just snatches him, breaks his body in half with one bite, and then when he eats that, the guy's just dead. He's floating in the water, and the shark comes back, picks up the top half of his torso, flings it in the air, and then just catches it and eats it.
What?
Swear to
No
God.
Wait,
way.
sorry.
And
What is this video? It's a New
it's
Zealand
look
triathlete.
no. Look up Queensland shark attack. Look up that.
Oh God, can't watch it.
What the
I've
hell?
never seen a real shark attack not in a Hollywood movie.
Ap-
Yeah.
Apparently, it's the biggest shark that has been recorded like ever. It was like 25 to 30 feet long, great white shark.
Was this 3 days ago?
Yeah, it was very recently.
Hate myself.
Where'd you find it,
I
Kennedy?
actually haven't I haven't watched it.
YouTube.
YouTube. Okay. Really? They would show a guy getting killed on YouTube? I think that's 3 days ago. Alright, I'm gonna watch this. Oh, viewer discretion is advised.
Where's this?
It's a short on YouTube.
Yeah, bro. Like that's why places like Florida or Australia or New Zealand or any place where there's like it's known for a lot of sharks like on the coast. It's like I love to visit those places, but at the same time like I just would rather just stay away as much as I love swimming and I love the beach, I just would stay away from the ocean. I don't want to risk my life.
Yeah. I completely understand. I agree with you. I don't really want to go there either. And Australia also has like crazy bugs as well. Like they don't just have sea animals. Like they have like crazy insects. Even a kangaroo can fuck you up.
Oh yeah. Kangaroos are
My
massive.
bro, that one video of the guy who runs up and punches the kangaroo in the face is my favorite video of all time.
Oh yeah, when he's like harassing the dog.
Yeah.
Bro, the kangaroos straight up grabbed the full grown dog, bro. That's insane, fam. Those things are crazy. Marsupials are so scary, bro. It's like a complete different type of animal. It only exists in Australia. It's
What's
crazy.
that? I've never heard of it.
Marsupials is like I think it's mammals that have pouches. I think that's what a marsupial is. I could be wrong. Like I think a platypus might be in a marsupial, but I know for sure kangaroos, wallabies, and koalas are all marsupials.
Oh, okay. Pretty
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Kennedy, did you find the video? I cannot find it anywhere.
I couldn't
I
find
bet
it,
you
bro.
could
It's
you
all
could
like
Censored.
definitely on Reddit though. Definitely on Reddit you'd be able to find something.
Oh, facts.
Oh, Reddit 100% has it.
Let me go and find this. I don't know why I want to see a man get eaten by a shark so badly.
Apparently, did I tell you guys about the video? There's a video of a girl getting fucked while she was dead. Did I tell you about that?
no,
What?
that is fucked.
Okay, let me tell
What the fuck?
little story. So the other day, I'm on I'm on TikTok, and I come across this guy's video, and he's saying like, "Oh, the girl in this video was not the girl who was getting fucked by two guys while she was dead." And I'm like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" So I go in the comments section, and people are sharing the link to people like, "Oh, it's here, it's there," and people are like, bro, people are screaming at me through the comments. Like, they're screaming, everyone, like, guys, if you haven't watched the video, curiosity killed the cat. Like, I'm begging you guys. Like, I wish I didn't see this. Please don't watch the video. Cause like everyone, when you hear something like that, like, yeah, surely it's cat. People are
Yeah.
like, guys, like I'm like, bro, just regular ass cunts on TikTok are telling people like this is the first time I've seen people to come together in like 2 years, bro. They're like, please don't do this. Like, I watched it, I will never unsee this. Apparently, this girl died. I don't know if they killed her or she had just died or what happened, but there's these two guys that were fucking this girl together, and they were fucking her, but there was literally maggots on her body, bro. So people were saying in the comments. The maggots growing on her, and yeah, there was like a I think it was like a 10 or 15 second clip of her just getting fucked while she was dead.
That's the most disgusting thing I've ever
That is
heard, bro.
probably one of the most gruesome and disgusting things I've
And
ever heard.
I
Holy
hope I
shit.
never see that shit.
Yeah.
Maggots on her
Oh my
body. What did
god.
they dig up her grave?
well, nah, there was like she probably had been dead for like maybe like
Bro,
more
that
than that,
is
probably like
like
a week, maybe something like
fucked up
that.
in so many different ways. I just say it's so hard for me to wrap my head around. I'm like, there are people that sick.
How
Humans
down
are
bad do you
evil.
have to be, bro?
I've been about down bad. Just fucked. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
you're just a fucking psycho. If you ever catch somebody that did that, it should be instant. Like, let's try out a new execution method on this guy.
He has
Let
to, yeah, slow death.
let's test
Let him
something out on this guy.
Seriously.
just put him in a fucking room with 1,000 bees
Mm-hmm.
and cover him
Murder
in
wasps,
honey.
murder
Yeah,
murder hornets.
yeah, bro. Something that's criminally fucking painful, or just put him in a room with a fucking pit bull, an angry pit bull.
You just gotta. I remember there. I don't remember. Oh, I don't know who did this. I think it was a Russian.
Mm.
It was either a Russian or a German leader. They executed one of their subordinates by firing an AA cannon at them.
Oh my god.
Just an entire cannon right at them.
Yeah, just an anti-aircraft gun.
I've been
Holy.
I've been like thinking like what's the worst way to die lately. I've been watching like heaps of videos on like random stuff, and I came across this one where this woman, she owned a chimpanzee for like 15 years, bro. And she had a husband, but the husband ended up dying of cancer. And after he died, like she raised this chimpanzee from like a baby, and like he came to the store with her, like bro, fully grown chimpanzee. He was huge, and because he was eating stuff like McDonald's and stuff, he was like really big, like really fat. It just like was strong as fuck. And basically, this one day, because after the guy died, he became like depressed, and he knew like sign language and he could communicate with the girl, and she was like old, she was like 50. And one day he was trying to watch TV, so he had told her like I'm trying to watch TV, and the owner's like no, we have to go do this. Bro, as soon as she says no, the chimpanzee starts going nuts, bro. Ends up dragging her by her hair outside. And like he was going crazy in the house at first, so she had called up her friend to come, like, can you come help me? The chimpanzee's going nuts, whatever his name was. And it drags her by her hair outside, pulls her up to a car. This was in America, by the way. Pulls her up to the car, starts beating the fuck out of her, just punching her, like slapping her, whatever. And while this is all happening, her friend, who's also a woman, was on her way to the house. The fucking chimpanzee ends up ripping the woman's face off her skull.
Oh, I
Like,
saw this.
bro, he literally ripped her face from her skull, ate all of her fingers off, like
No.
fuck with her genitalia,
Oh my
like dismembered her, like literally dismembered her, like
God.
chewed off her arms on the joints and stuff. And the woman, the friend comes, opens the gate, and sees this happening, and she's like, "Stop, stop!" But she already knew like the woman was dead. She was just like it was clear that she was dead, like she'd been dismembered within like 10 minutes. And the woman runs inside the house, grabs a knife, big massive kitchen knife, runs outside, stabs the chimpanzee in the back all the way to the base of the knife. The chimpanzee turns around, looks at her for like 2 seconds, proceeds to rip her face off, takes every single one of her fingers, and by that time the police come there and they shoot it like 6 times and it dies. Well, it actually ran off and then it died. But the second woman who stabbed it, she survived, and she did an interview, bro. She had this like thing covering her face, like a like like a wedding veil, because she's so fucking, bro. Her face is gone. She doesn't have a face anymore. It's one of the most horrific fucking stories I've ever heard in my life. Horrific. Chimpanzees are disgusting animals, bro. Fuck those cunts.
They're just aggressive monsters.
Mm-hmm.
That
Bro, I'm
is.
speechless. Like I don't know what to say. Like
Yeah.
that's so crazy to like hear. I'm like, how the hell? Or I'm like, how did you find this in the first place? That's
Yeah.
crazy. Like,
There's a
but then as
documentary
well
on
as just hearing the details, I'm like, oh my god. Like to
it.
think that like this is possible and it happens. It's like so
Can you
hard for me to wrap
imagine
my head.
being alive, like being alive, and you're getting your face ripped off your fucking body, like and you're alive while it's happening? Oh my god, bro.
Traumatizing. Like what do you do after that? How do you
lay
go
down
on
and
about
bro.
living?
How does
Yeah, I don't
one
know,
rip a
man.
face off?
I think he just bit into it and like kind of exposed like a little flap, and he just ripped it
Yeah.
off. Probably, I would imagine.
No, but they're strong enough to just rip it off too, bro.
Oh,
Bro,
Jesus.
the strength of 8 men, a grown chimpanzee.
Yeah, so you
Reminds
can
me of
easily
like
rip it off.
something from like Rise of the Planet of
Rapper
the Apes,
Cheek,
like
bro, he
those
can just rip
movies.
that shit off.
Yeah. Who do you think would win in a fight? A full-grown grizzly bear or a full-grown silverback gorilla?
Gorilla. Just because how the bodies are formed. The grizzly bear to
Probably
attack
a
has to run.
gorilla.
Like grizzly bear to attack has to like lean up on his front to attack.
Yeah.
A gorilla just runs and just fucking swings, grabs, you know what I mean? A gorilla will just win.
Imagine
Yeah,
an
but
uppercut from a gorilla, bro.
Right? The gorilla probably
yeah, I
swings
was
at
gonna,
your feet and land on it, bro. Just murderous technique.
It's like Francis Ngannou's uppercut, bro, but like 10
Mhm.
times stronger.
Imagine the gorilla death slamming you and he double fist and they hit like slam on the ground.
Bro,
That shit can break a boulder.
yeah,
I've
those,
seen gorillas 619 other gorillas. Like they fucking tombstone them, bro. Swear to God, they like pick them upside down and just drop them on their head. It's fucked, fam.
I'm interested to learn how they fight now. Like, because they probably have savage fighting styles,
oh,
chimpanzees,
easily,
gorillas, because
100%.
there's wars between their tribes, so they fuck each other up. And like,
Yeah.
you gotta think they're probably used to killing other chimpanzees, so they use those methods on us as well, which is just, yeah, I guess getting your face ripped off or your fingers bitten off. That's
There's actually. Go ahead.
no, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna say that's horrible. This is a terrible way to go.
Yeah. In Africa, like I think it was like probably like I think it was like 8 to 10,000 years ago, there was these different breed of chimps. They were bigger and stronger as the ones now, but they had bigger heads, so they assumed that they had bigger brains. You know that they like were smarter, whatever, than the chimpanzees now. That's just what people assume. But they were called the lion killing chimpanzees because their main diet was lions. They hunted lions, bro, and the chimpanzees. Are you fucking serious,
Hunting the king of the jungle. That's
bro?
right.
Horrendous.
That's actually pretty crazy. How did they manage to kill a lion, though? I'm curious.
They have bigger what's it called? Chimpanzees have bigger canines than lions do, which is fucking insane.
And
I
they
didn't know
probably
that.
attack together as
Crazy.
well. I bet.
Yeah, that's
There's
true.
some.
Like the moment I said that, I realized I'm like they probably
Yeah.
attack in like big groups. Hey,
Well, I
Yeah.
know with when I think it's chimpanzees that when they're attacking other tribes, they'll usually wait for one chimpanzee to go by himself, and then they'll attack it. Like six of them attacking one. If they can get the leader by itself, then they do the same thing. They just try to instead of like a full on attack. Yeah, they try to weaken you one by one. So they probably
yeah,
hunt lions in a similar way, I would imagine.
that makes sense. Yeah,
Mental, man.
Because yeah, if it's a king of the jungle, it probably wanders off by itself sometimes. If it's like a female lion, then it's usually together. But if they're hunting the male lions, then they could probably find them by themselves a couple times.
you're right.
That podcast
I-
took a dark fucking turn, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
man.
know.
My jaw was just on the floor hearing those death stories. That is
Me
fucking
too.
disgusting.
Me too.
Wait, dude, it was over.
Did you guys ever watch like 1,000 Ways to Die? Were you super into that
Yeah,
show?
bro, that shit scarred me when I
used
was a
to-
kid.
I only
Yeah,
watched
back
a
in
couple
junior.
episodes. It was couldn't see that shit, bro.
I've never seen that actually.
John, you'd love it. Now that you're older.
I've seen A Million Days to Die in the West. Oh,
That's
really
funny
That
movie.
one's a good bit.
Yeah,
Well, what's that guy? The guy who does Peter Griffin's voice?
Seth
Seth
MacFarlane.
MacFarlane.
That guy's actually a great fucking actor. Great voice
He's
actor.
funny.
He is hilarious.
He's funny. He's very funny.
I think he does a lot of the writing on Family Guy.
He definitely does.
And then he's also Ted.
Oh my god, bro. Ted
Oh
is
yeah, he
literally
is 10. I forgot about that.
such a good movie, man. Such a good movie. Like that thing you sent me on Instagram, Tyson.
Mhm.
It's like if if you pass this job interview, we're gonna smoke this weed. He's like, so if I don't pass, we still gonna smoke this weed? Yeah, probably, but do your best. So,
Oh, that movie, those movies are so good. I love the scene when they go to the sperm donor and he
oh
knocks
my,
over the fucking shelf of all the sperm, and it. The scene is hilarious.
take a picture for Facebook, bro. I was actually in my seat crying. I watched that like a month ago. I was crying, bro.
And when they went and saw Tom Brady's golden penis.
Try to jerk off Tom Brady. He's like, I'm not jerking him off. I don't have a dick. You know how to do it. He's like, yeah, but I'm nervous. What if I don't do it good enough?
I need to rewatch those things. But yeah, Peaky Blinders is coming out soon. Cannot contain my excitement for that show. Martin, have you seen Peaky Blinders?
No, I was
Criminal.
talking. I was
Guess
talking to
what?
Jordan about it earlier, and he was explaining it to me like a bit. How like apparently everybody loves that show.
So good.
It's one of the greatest shows ever made.
Oh, I don't doubt that. It looks really cool. Like I've seen clips of it, and like the acting, just the story behind it, and like how it's like based off of I think like real life people. It makes it like a really cool show. Probably. I just like I don't know. I never just started. I guess it's just hard for me to commit to shows a lot of times. I don't know why. Because I do like sometimes I do want to start watching new things, but it's just after a while I just can't commit for some reason. Even though like it's not like I get bored of it, but I don't know.
Are you watching Attack on Titan still?
Yeah,
Have you watched any
not
episode?
yet. Like I watched a couple more episodes since like last time I talked to you. I still haven't gotten to like the part where you tell me that apparently it's gonna like surprise me like later on in season 2, but I know I'm
Where are
getting
you
there
at? Where
because
are you at?
it's
What's happening right now?
building up.
What's
Let me check. I gotta check what the last episode I watched was.
Kenny? Are you caught up on it?
I haven't watched yesterday's episode. I wasn't home. I'm gonna watch them actually
Yesterday's
probably
episode. There was an episode yesterday. It's Saturday.
Oh no! Oh shit! Today. Oh shit! Tomorrow. Oh no! Bro, I've lost track of time. Never mind. I watched all the episodes. Yeah.
Jordan, I'm saying you gotta give it another shot. It's just so good, man.
What are you talking about?
Attack on Titan.
Oh yeah, no, not a chance. Not a fucking chance. You couldn't
Yeah, I'm
actually
at
pay me
the
enough money.
hmm. Tyson, I'm at the part where one of their old classmates, they were like a bunch of like their old classmates or whatever, they're like stuck in a castle and a bunch of titans are like trying to break it down.
Oh,
And
okay.
then one of them like is like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump off," and then like bites her tongue and like turns into like this tiny titan.
Oh, Ymir.
Oh yeah, you mirror into the Jaw Titan.
Hmm?
She turned into the Jaw Titan.
Yeah, it was like some really small titan, and then she was like trying to like kill them, and then she dies. But that was expected.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I said, I swear there's like the main captain that I was like talking to you about, Irwin or whatever. I swear to God, like I know you guys are ahead and you guys probably know what happens, but like knowing that like I still don't know what happens later on, like I just have a feeling like he's a bad guy.
Erwin Smith?
Yeah, like the blonde captain
Good
guy or
belief,
whatever.
honestly, Martin. Like, that's a good belief.
He just looks like it. And like I remember was it in season 1 when he saw like the other Titan and then he went up to Aaron. He's like, "Oh, how does that make you feel?" and all that stuff. Like he's like trying to get him mad or something like that. I was like, oh, "This guy's testing him. He must be a Titan as well or something like that."
Yes, like what do you think the Titans really are? Or
Oh, yeah,
who's our real
I
enemy?
forget like what he asked him, but it just sounded so suspicious. I don't know.
You should bust out 3 episodes tonight.
Very well. I will definitely do that.
Top Boy season 2 is coming out in March, boys.
Oh,
That
we go.
is one of the greatest shows of all time. Also,
And yeah, I got to see my man Dave perform. Like no one realizes how big of a win that is, but we gotta see
You bought
Dave.
yeah.
you bought tickets?
No, like in the show. Exactly. Like,
Oh, he is a good character in that show. He was my favorite one, probably.
Maddie died though, because he's not gonna be in the second season.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
shot.
but Dave's making a movie for his album, so that's coming out soon. We don't know yet, but it's coming.
Sounds like he's making a movie about his mom.
Hmm?
Sounds like he's making a movie about his mom.
Yeah, he is.
His mom has a crazy story, bro.
Seriously, I know.
They didn't give me food for 3 years.
It's crazy, man. His mom went through everything.
To give him a better life. That's mental, bro. Just for his fucking older brother to stab someone with a samurai sword 8 times and go to jail for life.
Yeah, actually, no, he was just affiliated.
Nah, he was the one who did it, bro.
So his brother had a samurai sword. Is
His
that
brother,
what?
bro, it's all caught on CCTV. His brother ran down to a train station in London wielding a samurai sword and fucking sliced someone up 8 times and then went to jail for life for it. I don't know, it's probably just gang war. Postcode
How
war.
long? Like for life, like 25 years, like life, like till you die.
25 years to life. No chance of parole.
No,
Wait.
no.
Okay, but he can get out after 25 years though, right?
They're good at, so the way that works is like after 25 years they have another hearing.
See, that's crazy. How long ago was that? Like 10 years or something?
Yeah, something like that probably.
That's what Dave's always like. I feel so sad at my best moments because I can't share it with my brother.
Yeah. It's a fact, bro.
Crazy,
Price you pay for taking someone's life though.
right? That's what Dave says. Nothing's ever worth losing your freedom. Facts.
Yeah.
You risking freedom over like 2 grand. Like, is it really worth it?
They show you violence for having a voice. This is exactly what's happening right now, bro. You're getting trampled and shit. Showing violence for having a voice. Mental.
Now that's mad that they trampled that old lady in Ottawa. That is fucking
Oh
disgusting, bro.
shit!
Yeah.
That's tough.
Bro. Like how do you make sense of that? How the fuck can you make sense of that, bro? It's so ridiculous. People are standing up for what they believe in, their God given right to have a voice. And getting trampled by a police force. I don't understand, man.
And I'm pretty sure they're being peaceful. I don't think
Bro,
they
they
haven't done
are.
any. They haven't done anything. They are being
They're not
peaceful.
really-
And the Canadian government is really taking advantage of those like few people that have like represented other things. Like there was a guy with the Nazi flag. There's
Yeah.
that Aboriginal lady who says she's like the Queen of Canada now. Like there's definitely people that are like trying to hijack it and like bring in other beliefs into it. And the Canadian government is using that as propaganda to make these people look like they're villains.
Bro,
But
it's exactly.
they're having a peaceful protest, and for someone to be trampled by a fucking horse, bro. That officer has to be punished for that. That is disgusting. And they trampled more people as well. She's just the one that died.
Yeah, there's a guy who's on internal bleeding right now.
They were
People are getting
beating the shit
arrested.
out of this one guy I saw in a video. They were arresting him. This guy was just delivering knees to the face, bro. While he had 3 mans on top of him, he's just getting knees to the face.
You can just kill.
Right.
Like, if people want revenge, you can just kill the horses, put them down. Like that's what horses do.
But what did the horse do? It's the person
it's
riding
the
the
horse.
horse.
Do
not the
anything,
horse.
yeah.
Like you played Red Dead. Like in that moment, the horses freak out, man. Like you can't
Bro, no, bro. It's bringing the horses there. They're bringing busloads of police to deal with peaceful protesters, bro.
it wasn't
It's
peaceful.
It's peaceful, Kennedy. They're showing you propaganda that it's not because that's the
Nah,
only
man.
leverage that they have. That's the only leverage that they possibly because people know people aren't stupid, bro. They know that the only way that you
What were
can
they
possibly
protesting?
do this is it's anti-mandates, bro. Because mandating people to get a fucking
No, but I mean, like, what
medic,
were they? Actually, no, continue.
huh? It's
Continue.
it's mandating people to get a medical procedure that it's fucking common knowledge now that it doesn't help anyone else but you. So how can you mandate that? People are losing their livelihood over the government mandating something, bro. And second of all, I'm gonna go off real quick. Bro, the government doesn't give you free money, bro. The fucking all that subsidy shit, that was a distraction, bro. The government does not give free money, bro. They do not give free anything. So the fact that they're giving free vaccines, why is there not free chemo? Why is there not free fucking diabetes treatment? They don't give you free shit. This is so obvious now, bro. Like motherfucker, the police. Well, not it's not even the police because I can't even say that. It's the government that have told the police to do this because there is good police, but like police who have stood up and said like I believe that there shouldn't be mandates have lost their jobs. How is that possible? How is this? How are we doing this in 2022, bro? Like they know that the only way that this works is to be peaceful because if they bring violence to the protests, then they just give the government something to work off of to shut it down. So obviously they're being peaceful. Bro, Justin Trudeau's personal photographer was at the protest and he was taking a photo of some guy carrying a Confederate flag and he literally Justin Trudeau's personal photographer, and the Confederate flag was like you could see the wrinkles in it where it had just been bought. Like it's a joke, bro. There's something going on that they don't want this to happen, whatever it is, and I don't know, man. There's I'm actually so done being like nice about it and everyone's opinion matters because it's so clear now that there's trying to do something. I don't know what it is, bro, but
I guess I see what you mean, right? Like, bro, I love you, dog. You know what I mean? Like, I love this is all this conversation, right? Everyone deserves to have the own things they believe in, right? But like, throughout what you're saying, right, bro, you're saying the government this, the government this, but like, what do you mean by the government? Because like, you just say the government this, like, you're just using the like it's a term. Like, what do you mean by the government? Because you're saying they're using this, like, you say, oh, they're pushing vaccines. Well, CDC made the vaccines. This. Like, you're saying the government. What do you mean by the government? Like, what do you mean by the government? Because I'm a little confused here. You're
I
saying the
mean the
government's after you.
government.
Who's the government? What's
The
the government? Like,
government,
who are they after?
bro, it's
Like a government is
okay.
supposed to control. Like in a liberal democracy, which Canada is, the government's
They're
supposed to
not
control.
supposed to control. They're not supposed to control
Nah,
shit.
it
They're
is.
supposed
Like
to
in a
run the
government,
country.
when you join a
No,
state,
it's different.
you
It's
give up
different.
like nah, bro. Because you say like you have your God-given freedom to do this, right? But in a democracy, in politics, it's not like that. When you join a state and you become a citizen, you say I want to be a citizen. You say give me the citizenship, right? You gain certain rights and freedoms by by what you gain certain rights and freedoms, man. So say this: if I'm in Canada, I'm entitled to healthcare. I can go to school. I can be in a place that's safe. If my house gets broken into, cops come. If I need help, I can go to a store. Like it's not like we don't run like people. If people want to run a store, they have to go buy it, and the fact that they can buy it is allowed by the government. The government gives us what we can to do this. The government isn't just like a person there, bro. It's a body that we use. It's like a tool we use. Like when you use your phone, who uses that phone? Your government provided you the means to give the phone. When you go travel, who does it? The government. The government is what provided the money for that to give to other institutions that use the money to provide the services, like NASA, Air Canada, all those things. Like the government isn't just like a board of people trying to take over the world. It's just a branch of
Bro,
society that's there to help us.
it's supposed
Like,
to be for the people by the people, right? And
yeah, this is
by the
for
prime minister telling you what you should and shouldn't do, that's not for the people by the people, bro. It's like they're supposed to run the country, they're not supposed to control the population.
no,
That's
bro. That's
not, bro.
exactly what the
That's not
government's
what
supposed
freedom
to do.
is.
Control the
That's not what
population.
freedom is, though.
No, that's not
They
what
can't.
freedom.
No, how can you control the pop? It's not about controlling the population. It's
That's
about
exactly what
running
the
the
government's supposed to
country
do,
and
bro.
make sure the country's sustainable.
Who
It's
runs the
making
economy?
money, bro. It's not. I'm talking about people's right to. freedom. It's not
But
about
like,
fucking economy though.
but that's a part of it though. Like your right to freedom, right? What is your right to freedom?
Bro, okay, well let me just give you one example.
Like to
If
have the access to
people
right to freedom. Sorry, yeah,
yeah,
go.
but why do we not have the right to freedom though? Because
What is your
freedom
freedom? Freedom is the whole. There's a whole freedom. Like, what do you define freedom as? To every freedom is subjective. The right to anything is subjective. Subjectivity is the hardest thing. Because to me, my freedom could be doing this, being safe. You know what I mean? So my freedom could be like, you know what? I have the freedom to get a vaccine, so that's my freedom, and your
you
freedom is
do
again
though.
respectful. You know what I mean? It's all subjective. So by
Yeah,
having
but
one
you're
person
But if you have the
save,
freedom to get a vaccine, then you should have the freedom to not get the vaccine as well. And
but the
these
thing
people
is,
are
though, right?
literally losing their jobs because they are being told by the government that they can no longer travel in between countries of Canada and America because they are not vaccinated.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because it's a personal decision that they themselves do not want to get vaccinated. Where
that's your
I think
freedom.
it's exactly. So
Like,
why
but
should
the
you
thing is,
have your
you
job
guys
taken away
underestimate
from you
what
or your
freedom is.
ability to travel across the border to do your job because you don't want to get vaccinated? Why do nurses have to lose their jobs after they fucking carried us through the pandemic and saved all these lives? Why do they have to lose their jobs because they won't get a vaccine? They expose themselves to coronavirus. They probably have a natural immunity by now. We did that before with a bunch of other diseases, and the people that have a vaccine should be safe by themselves so they don't have to worry about other people not having a vaccine because it's they themselves that they have to protect. And the person doesn't have a vaccine, they have their natural immunity and they're running, they can take it
Freedom,
on.
though.
You should have the
Like,
freedom to choose.
freedom in a society is what the society agrees on. Like, you have the freedom to go murder someone, right? But you will face the consequences of your choice. If you go murder, you have the right to go murder someone. You
So
can go kill
different.
someone. It's not.
How
You
can
say that,
killing
right?
how
You
can
say that,
bro
right? But it's not. I'm. You say that, right?
Hold
But
on,
it's
let him
not.
say, let Kennedy speak.
You have the oh, for example, I have the freedom, right, to go start selling drugs. I have the freedom to go start, human trafficking. I have the freedom to go into someone's house, break into the house, and take what I want. I have the freedom to do that, but I will suffer the consequences of freedom. Freedom is subjective to society. You have the freedom to do whatever you want, right? But in society, because nothing is just individualized, in society, you will be held accountable to your actions because that's how it works. People judge other people. That's how humans work.
Yeah, but those
So
examples that you
so
provided.
Tyson, if someone murdered someone, right?
yeah.
He chose to kill
Wait,
someone. Do you want him to be in
Yeah,
jail?
but
Would you want him to be in jail?
you are inflicting it on somebody else at that point. You not getting the vaccine is
yeah.
basically like you are taking on the challenge yourself. I can take this on. I can get my natural immunity. Somebody else has a vaccine. You cannot inflict it on them because that's what the vaccine is supposed to protect you from getting the disease. I'll be
Yeah.
there in 5 minutes.
Just let me
But
say something.
That's right. But like
Let
all
me
y'all
say
got
let
the
me
measles vaccine. Same thing, bro. Like
I don't have it. Let me just
you're
speak real
keeping
quick
you're
before you
you're
go
keeping
into
it very
anything.
narrow-minded though.
No, I'm not. Listen, you're comparing violent crimes to a medical procedure. That's what you're doing. You're comparing you have the freedom to go kill someone. How can you compare that?
They're
The
both
freedom of
freedoms,
doing
bro.
that.
They're exactly
Oh, but
equal.
it's how. But that's the thing. They're both
You just
freedoms.
think
But
one
you're
is worse than the
comparing a
other.
violent crime. But you're comparing a violent crime to a medical procedure.
I'm not comparing a crime. You were seen as a crime.
You,
Before it's a crime, it's a choice. The person used the freedom to act on it.
bro. Yeah,
Before the
of
crime,
course they
it's
do.
a
But
crime because
it's
you think it's a crime.
different.
Like, what about
But it's
smoking weed
not a
in Texas,
bro.
though? Like, if
Bro,
I went to,
you
I have the
just
freedom to smoke weed. I smoke weed in Texas. I get sentenced to
you're not
25 years in jail.
you're not listening to what I'm saying, Kennedy. You're not listening, bro. How you're comparing murdering, breaking in, and all this to, bro? Because it would have been different. I 100% would have been on what you're saying, if the vaccine stopped coronavirus. If it stopped the spread and everyone would be able to get it, like if everyone got the vaccine and the coronavirus stopped, then I would be on your side. But since it doesn't, then why are people losing their right to do what they want as human beings because the government said that everyone has to get vaccinated? Why are they losing that right? Like, how is that freedom at that point? Because it's not. You have the freedom to not get it, but then when you don't get it, everything in your life has you've changed your life to live. Bro, I'm living in solitude right now because I'm choosing not to get a medical procedure. I've
Yeah,
lost friends.
that's
How is that freedom?
you. That is exactly what freedom is. You chose what you wanted. You had the right to choose what you wanted.
Yeah,
That's exactly freedom. But
but
you
my
paid.
freedoms have been taken away from me because I chose that.
But see, you're picking and choosing freedom. You have freedom is a choice to
Oh,
choose what you
no.
want. You chose what you wanted, right?
I
It's
chose
like
what I
if you want,
wanted, but what I want doesn't help anyone else other than me. It doesn't
like if
help
you were to
anyone
get
else
COVID,
other than me though.
bro. If you were, because I'm just saying, man, you have to like you're saying you're basically saying I made this choice, right, to do something, and because the choice I made is affecting me negatively, right? So that's why I don't like the choice I was forced to make. But you still made that choice. You made your choice. That was your choice, and that's respected. You know, you made it. You know, you lay in the bed you make. You know what I mean? If you chose to not take the vaccine, that's fine. You have the freedom to. Like, there's no actual law
Babe,
yet.
why though?
Take it.
Why? Why though? Why?
There's still,
Why?
there's
Okay,
still,
but why do I have to do it though if it doesn't help anyone other than me? That's the whole thing I'm getting at. I
thing is
see
though,
what you're
right? You
saying
can
with the
show, man.
freedom.
If you, it helps. It doesn't only help you, man. Because like, think this:
It
if
does
you get
only
sick,
help
right?
you.
If you get sick and you end up in the hospital, who takes care of you? And you can be
Well, that's
and
what
you
you're
can be like,
getting paid
oh,
for.
COVID's 1.9% something. It's not as deadly, bro. No, but bro, 99% people in the hospital are unvaccinated. It's not deadly, right? But you will end up like you can end up in the hospital, and you don't end up in the hospital with a lung problem, bruh. Because like it's saying like if you chose to not take the vaccine, right? That's fine. But if you get sick and you have to end in the hospital, then your decision has gone into someone else because that doctor now has to take care of you and bring you
That
back to
doctor
health.
is getting paid what they do in their profession, bro. We're going through a pandemic. It's like, what else would they be
No,
doing?
man.
I'm
Like you're
sorry that
just
these doctors
huh?
have to deal with it. That's your bro. I don't know. I believe that your hypothesis is flawed because you're acting like this is a choice that's so easy to make, and even if you make the other decision, like that's not true freedom. You know what I mean? That's someone making a decision for you. That's not freedom, in my opinion.
But the thing is, though, bro, like you're like when you say freedom, man, you're not understanding it correctly. No one is truly free, man. No one's truly free. Like, man, Attack on Titan, no one's truly
I
free, bro. And to
Bro,
live in a
let's
society,
not
you
talk
have to
about
give up
anime,
certain
dude.
freedoms to receive others. That's why when nations were made, they made a charter of rights and freedoms. So certain freedoms are always set. You know what I mean? It's like you see what I mean? Because like you say freedom like we can do anything. It's a GTA server with any mod. Like no, life's not like that. We have freedom, but it's limited, whether we like it or not. Like all our freedom is limited. Like you can go kill someone if you really want to, or you can go smoke weed. Like 15 years ago, if we were all smoking weed together like we do now, and we got caught by a cop
Hey
with an
guys,
ounce of weed on us, we'd be
guys,
in jail for at least 5 years.
guys. I am so
Yeah.
sorry. I have to leave. My
Ah,
parents are on my ass. I have to go to my grandparents' house right now.
okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't want to end that conversation, but yeah, they're
Yeah,
yelling at me, so I gotta go.
Sorry, bro.
no, I'm joking, Tyson. Man.
We can just do the outro. It's all good.
Yeah, I gotta go find out if my great grandfather was a Nazi or not.
Oh
I
shit.
can't wait for next week's episode.
Bro, next week's episode,
Tyson.
I've been
Alright,
listening
next
to
episode's
the
fucking COVID, bro. Fuck it. Next week's episode's COVID.
yeah.
Take a week.
Oh, it's gonna get so political, man. I already
Come
did.
back.
It's gonna go
Take
crazy.
fucking COVID. Let's get it done. We've been beating
All
around the
I'm
bush for
saying
too
is,
long.
10 years ago you didn't have to get a vaccine and you wouldn't have lost your job, but now you do, so it's a little bit fishy. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. We're ending the podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Have a fantastic day. Thank you for joining me, Martin, Jordan, and Kennedy, and have a good day.